homeless in the United States of America. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness website, there are over 643,000 that are homeless Americans. In that number, more than 238,000 are families. About 405 are individuals, to include the youth. 67,000 are veterans. And of that total number, there are 17% that are categorized as chronically homeless. As defined by the National Coalition for Homelessness, the federal definition for chronic homelessness is an unaccompanied homeless individual with disabling conditions, who has either been continuously homeless for a year or more, or who has had at least 4 episodes of homelessness in the past 3 years. As I stated previously, I would like to enlighten others on the state of homelessness in America. In order to do that, we must first understand the numbers, dispel the myths, know the government's solution, and what we can do to help. Now let's do a recap of the statistics. 238,000 families, 405,000 individuals, 67,000 veterans, and 109 chronically homeless. That's 17% of the total number. This data is computed through a community count conducted every other January, as required by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD. If federal assistance is required, there are many myths about those that are destitute, but we're only going to touch upon 5 of those myths this evening. Dennis Cullihan wrote an article for the Washington Post July 11th in 2010. Cullihan wrote, "Homelessness is a long-term condition. Most of the homeless have severe mental illnesses. Homeless people don't work. Shelters are humane solutions for homelessness. And finally, the poor you will always have with you." Here are some of the solutions the government and nonprofit organizations are implementing and trying to help end this epidemic. First, the Homelessness Prevention and Rapid Housing Program. Second, Housing First Program. And finally, the 10-year plan. Well, you probably want to know what you can do to help. Stay updated. Use the web to search for organizations, especially those that are trying to shape policies. Volunteer, donate, and speak up. Now that we've been given the information on the startling statistics of the dispossessed and how those numbers are derived, we can assist in every effort to combat homelessness. I've shared a little bit about those affected, dispelled some of the misconceptions, and given the government solution. With the information, we can now find ways to help others in need. We've briefly scratched the surface of homelessness. The numbers are ever-changing, and with the government's 10-year plan, the Veterans Administration's 5-year plan, that should make a huge impact. We can all do a little something to help our neighbor. These are tough economic times for many, and homelessness is not going away. So remember, for unto whomsoever much is given, much is required. Thank you.